My fellow flames, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. My name is Amethyst. I am rather ill at the moment, but I thought I'd make this video regardless for you guys to discuss what predictions I have for 2.6. Wuthering Waves 2.6 is only a couple of weeks away. We've got the live stream this weekend. I'm very excited for that, but I wanted to discuss what I am most looking forward to and my predictions for Wuthering Waves 2.6 today. So if you enjoy what I have to say and enjoy this video, hit that like, comment and subscribe down below if you are new. Without further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing I am most looking forward to, the number one thing I am most looking forward to when it comes down to 2.6 is not the new characters. I'm very much looking forward to Augusta and Yuno, but the thing I'm most looking forward to is the end of the Septimon arc, the end of the Renacita arc, because recently we had the trailer to the finale and it looks like either 2.6 or 2.7 at a push is going to be the finale of Renacita. Now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you don't believe this to be the case, but why would they drop a trailer called To the Finale where every Renacita character is shown and there's chaos happening and there's events happening and it looks like we're going back to Huang Long and the new Federation's teased, and the song and the video is called To the Finale, and it's signifying the end of the Renacita arc, and that is something that I am very much looking forward to, because we have to go to the Valley of Warriors or whatever it's called. There's a place we need to go to see Imperator's message. At the end of 2.4 we got a message from Imperator, and Kartathea was managed to basically harness this message and sent it off to wherever it wanted to go. And it led to the Valley of Warriors, some graveyard place or some warrior place, whatever it's called, for us to uncover some secrets finally regarding Rover's past, regarding Rover and who he/she is, who they are. And that is something that I hope we find out in this patch. I hope Augusta and Yuno's patch 2.6 is going to show us who Rover is or was, and we find out more of the secrets of his past, and that is going to be one of the most exciting things to uncover, because we've been wondering this since 1.0. We got a little bit of a sneak preview of what Rover used to be like in 2.5 when he met Frolova, and again when we saw our past self talking to us in the tether system before we went to Renacita. But they're the only examples of past knowledge we have had, except obviously if you go way back to the CBT1, they actually deliberately put past memories every time you absorbed a big tacit discord as an echo, like in the CBT1 or CBT2, one of the things CBT1, when you absorbed Crownless into the body, you had a flashback of your past life. But they scrapped that, and now we're finally in the final form of the game, the final build of the game. Over a year later, it looks like we're finally going to be able to find out who we were in the past life, and I cannot wait to see it. The second thing I am most looking forward to is Augusta and Yuno. I am over the moon excited for Augusta and Yuno. I am going to be going for as many copies as possible when it comes to Augusta. I may try to at least S3 her. I'm not going to be able to S6 her unless for some miracle I get doubles upon doubles in a multi. But I want to get a few copies of her and her weapon, and then if I have enough Astrites left over after S3 Augusta, I'll try to get a singular copy of Yuno, not her weapon. I don't really care about her weapon, but at least try and get a singular copy of her weapon. This is something that I'm very much looking forward to. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how these characters play separately together and how they culminate together and how they synergize with different teams, and also their animations. You cannot tell me that you are not excited for these characters, especially when you see what they can do. Augusta has a Bunkai. Yuno has a domain expansion, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon in Wuthering Waves. What more could you want? But yeah, very excited about these characters. Another thing I'm very much excited for, or anticipating to be excited for, are the events of 2.6. Now 2.5, we had a few different fun events, puzzle events. We had a couple of new refreshes and a couple of new things going on in the events. Not too much happening in terms of story and lore. 10 out of 10 patch. in terms of like everything else, like content and events and everything else, it was a little bit lackluster at best, because there wasn't really much to do. Where in the past updates, we've had lots to do. 2.4, there was lots to do. 2.2, there was lots. 2.0, I think, was the most jam-packed patch for events, because we had multiplayer, we had 3 acts of the story, which was about 8 hours of content, 6 to 8 hours of content, which was insane. We had multiple different other endgame mode events to sort of discover and explore and experience for ourselves, which was absolutely insane. But yeah, there was loads for us to do. But with 2.6, the thing I want most and the thing I would love to see and predicting and hoping for is something to do with multiplayer. I would very much like to see a multiplayer mode or a handful of multiplayer modes, whether it's the boss rush, whether it's the domain exploration one from 2.0, just something. I would like to see that again. That is something I really want to see again, because 2.0's multiplayer, I played with a content creator called Kazahana, who is another good friend of mine, and we had such a good time, where it's basically, imagine Depths of Elusive Realm but multiplayer. That's essentially what it was, and it was something that I really got immersed and dived deep into, and me and Kazahana played the fuck out of it, and we had a good time, and you guys enjoyed watching us play and get angry and rage at the bloody thing. Kuro, give me more multiplayer for me and my friends to dive in and play with. Speaking of Depths of Elusive Realm, the Depths of Elusive Realm, not fantasies of whatever it is, of 1,000 gateways, not this other one that you introduced in 2.4 or whatever, or 2.3, whatever it was, the Depths of Elusive Realms. Give me the old school pre 2.0 Depths of Elusive Realms. That is something I desperately want. But just overall more events for us to enjoy as a player base. That would be something that I'm anticipating, predicting, and wanting. Now, when in terms of maps and in terms of in terms of things I want to explore, a new map would be pretty cool. I noticed we saw Olympus in the recent trailer, in the cinematic trailer. I'd be very appreciative if we could go see this Wuthering Waves equivalent to Olympus. Maybe Augusta and Yuno take us to this Olympus place, and maybe something happens there. In the trailer, there was an army of Augusta, so maybe something's going to happen. There's going to be some sort of conflict in this patch, which would be really cool. Yeah, take me to new maps, take me to new places in Septimon. Honestly, I want to go and see Olympus. I want to see this really cool thing in the sky. I want to see where the gods are. I want to see Augusta and her army. I want to see Yuno. I want to see all of these really cool places and all of these really cool things. We've already seen some amazing places in Septimon and Renacita. Finish it off with the pedestal of the gods, the place of divinity, Olympus, or the Wuthering Waves equivalent of Olympus. Take me there. That would be something that's really cool. Another thing that I really am anticipating them doing, and something that I'm really predicting them doing, is another hologram boss. I think the Griffin boss, I can't remember her name, the deity that the Septimontians revere and praise from the Great Aegon. I think we'll get a hologram from that boss, and I think that's something that's going to be really cool. Something really cool to see. I think it's going to be a very difficult boss, because in the recent 2.4 event, which was really cool, where you go around the map and you basically have a score and you level up and you take on different bosses and you know, different enemies, and then the final boss at 400% capacity is the big Great Aegon boss. Difficult, very tanky, hit like a truck. It was basically a hologram boss. I'll show you guys in a future video what I'm talking about, for example. But I think that's going to get a hologram in 2.6. It would make the most logical sense, since Augusta represents this deity, and so does Yuno, so it would make sense for that to be a hologram as well. And I just think that would be something that gives us more content to do. So new events, take me to Olympus. New story, I believe it's going to be another act of the main story. Sorry about that, guys. And I think we're going to get holograms and hopefully multiplayer events. I'm not expecting too much more than that, other than a Tower of Adversity reset, Fantasies resets weekly, and a few resets of the things we've already got. Maybe they'll introduce some new side missions. Maybe we'll get story quests, a character story quest. We haven't had one of those for a little while. But yeah, guys, that's really what I think 2.6 is going to give us. I don't think it's going to give us too much more of that. However, before I end the video, you guys, my fellow flames, let me know down below. What do you want to see in 2.6? What do you predict is going to happen within 2.6? Tell me, let me know. If there's anything that I missed in this video that you want to add, link it, no, not link it, tell it down below in the comments, because I will read them and I will look at them and I will, you know, tell you if it's a good idea or not, in my opinion. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the love and support. We are on the way to 7,000 subscribers. On the way, you know, on the way to the big 10,000 subscribers. And side note, not only did we hit 1,000 subscribers on my second channel, Amethyst Unbound, we also hit monetization on that channel and over 10,000 watch time hours. The channel's been alive for a month. The channel has been alive, 5 weeks. The channel has been alive for 5 weeks since I uploaded my first Dragon Ball video on that channel. And we're over, I think it's 12,000 hours, I think it is. How in God's green earth have we reached 12,000 hours? You guys must love Dragon Ball. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll speak to you in the next one. Take it easy and have a good rest of your day.